Well, I can't really recall my childhood because it was a long time ago. But from what I remember, I was wild and also very independent because I'm an only child and my parents always told me to be brave and confident and to do everything by myself. I was kind of a bit self-motivated as a result, which made my school life a lot easier because I studied by myself and I was a top student in class and I was the teacher's pet, I would say. But that was not a good thing at all because that spoiled me and I kind of bullied other students. So when I look back on my childhood, it's half and half. I have a happy memory, but also at the same time, well, I was not a good student, I can say.
Well, first of all, thanks to Ijin for sharing your story. We asked her to tell us about what she was like when she was little, when she was a lot younger, perhaps back in elementary school. Now, what did you think about her story? I think she and I have a lot of similarities. Back when I was in elementary school, when I was a lot younger, I didn't exactly bully other people. I wasn't a bully, but yes, I didn't really listen to the teacher, didn't really listen to my mom that much, but I guess we don't have many similarities. I wasn't exactly a teacher's pet either. Anyhow, we've heard some great expressions in the actual story, so let's take a look at it together, okay? I've picked out a few things, and here we go with the first one. She said, well, I can't really recall my childhood. Now, what does recall mean? The R-E here means again, right? So, call, in this case, does not mean to make a phone call, but it means to remember. Remember. I can't really recall, I can't really remember my childhood. Why? Because it was a long time ago. Now she says, but from what I remember. Okay, but from what I remember, this is a great way to tell a story about the past. If you don't remember exactly 100%, but you do remember something vaguely, a little bit of it, you can say, but from what I remember, and then talk about it. She says, I was wild and also very independent. So she was a wild and independent little girl. Now let's take a look at how you can make use of from what I remember, okay? First of all, from what I remember, I was a shy student. I was a shy student. Another one, from what I remember, I was a troublemaker. So if you were in school and you caused a lot of trouble, you always got punished for doing something wrong, you can say that you were a troublemaker. There even is a song, I think, troublemaker란 노래도 있잖아요. Cause a lot of problems. So if that is your case, you can say, from what I remember, I vaguely remember, yeah, I was a troublemaker. Got it? Okay, let's check out what else she mentioned. She said, I was a teacher's pet. What does that mean? Okay, teacher we all know, 선생님, but pet, 애완동물? I was a teacher's pet. Let's take a look at the sample. First of all, teacher's pet is perhaps a student that the teacher favors, the teacher likes a lot. So, a sample sentence is, David brought gifts like cookies and did extra work in class. He was definitely the teacher's pet. Now do you understand what the teacher's pet or a teacher's pet means? There are students like this in school. I remember a few friends. They used to bring cookies, gifts. They did extra work. They were always early to class. They would always ask all the questions. Now, they all did that to become their teacher's pet, okay? A teacher's pet, once again, means a student that is really liked or favored by the teacher. Okay, so that was a sample sentence. Moving on to another one. I was spoiled and I kind of bullied other students. Now, spoiled? If food is spoiled, it means that the food has gone bad. But in this case, you were spoiled. It means you got things your way. You could do things your way. Okay? 버릇이 좀 없는 거죠. And I kind of bullied other kids. 괴롭혔어요. So, if you made fun of all the other kids, if you were mean to the other girls and boys in your class, you were a bully, and the verb form is to bully as well. For example, you can say, I used to, back in elementary school, I used to bully kids in school. What about the other way? There was a bully, and he or she made fun of me. You can say, I was bullied, in elementary school. Okay? You bully someone, somebody bullies you, okay, in that case. All right, and that about brings us to an end to today's actual story. So please do keep these expressions in mind. Now, with a better understanding, let's take a listen to it one more time.
Well, I can't really recall my childhood because it was a long time ago. But from what I remember, I was wild and also very independent because I'm an only child and my parents always told me to be brave and confident and to do everything by myself. I was kind of a bit self-motivated as a result, which made my school life a lot easier because I studied by myself and I was a top student in class and I was the teacher's pet, I would say. But that was not a good thing at all because that spoiled me and I kind of bullied other students. So when I look back on my childhood, it's half and half. I have a happy memory, but also at the same time, well, I was not a good student, I can say.
Well, everyone, now that we've taken a listen to actual talk several times and also our interview, as we call actual story, hope that gives you a better idea of what you could possibly talk about in the future if you happen to talk about your elementary school days with your friends or with your coworkers or even if you happen to do an interview in English. Now, especially when you are doing an interview, you have to think about what you are going to talk about so that you can talk with a natural flow without having to pause in between and really think about what you will say. So, now take a listen to our lecture once again or even several times to get a better idea of what you can talk about. Quickly, once again, in today's actual talk, Peter and Rachel, they talked about their childhood years when they were a lot younger back in elementary school. They more focused on when they first started school, how they were very shy. Rachel seemed to be a crybaby because she cried a lot. She didn't want to be apart from her mother. And Peter also talked about his little boy. Now, I don't think he's going to have to worry too much about his little baby boy starting school because personality-wise, right? Personality-wise, they are quite different. Peter said he was a shy boy when he was little, but Chiho, he seems to be a very energetic, a very outgoing little boy. So I'm sure he will have no problem when he starts school as well. So you can talk about your appearance, right? Your physical looks. Also, how you felt as a little girl or a boy. You can talk about your personality. Also add a few experiences, such as what I told you in the beginning of today's lesson. I told you I was a part of a couple clubs, such as the Brownie Club, also Girl Scouts. If you enjoyed certain sports in school, you can talk about that. Also, were you a mean girl, a mean boy? Did you bully other kids in school? You can talk about that or even talk about whether you were bullied by other kids. Also, if you were a mama's girl, a mama's boy, or a papa's girl, perhaps even a papa's boy as well. Okay, that about wraps it up today. And we're going to continue on and talk about how we grew up, what we were like growing up. So next time, I'll be joining you with another interesting topic. We'll focus more on your middle and high school years. There's much to talk about, so please do join in for that. In the meantime, come to our homepage, find your way over to www.ebse.co.kr, and you'll find our homepage. We're going to try and post up the scripts for each lesson on our homepage, and you are more than welcome to come by and leave us some comments, your feedback, which is very, very important, and questions as well. We'll try to get to them as soon as possible. All right? Okay, that is a wrap for today, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.